Hey you guys, it's your girl T. So I want to come on here and talk about this viral story. It basically this video leaked onto the internet yesterday, and it takes place in South Carolina, in Columbia, South Carolina to be exact, at Spring Valley High School. What happened is that they had like a new student in the classroom, and they're basically saying that she wasn't really participating, and the teacher told her to leave. She refused to leave. They end up calling the school resource officer. He asks her to get up. She refuses to get up because she doesn't understand, why she's even being asked to leave. He then proceeds to grab her and literally slam her in her desk on the ground and drag her across the floor. When I tell y'all, this video was just so disturbing. Like, it had me like scared. Like, I stopped breathing when I watched how he just did her. It was just so disturbing to just watch this. And then just to watch all the stuff that ensued after this. Some people making excuses, saying, what did she do in the first place? I need more evidence. I don't give a damn what she did. I don't care if she mouthed off to the officer. Nobody has the right to be drugged out their desk that way. One, she didn't talk back to him. She didn't physically threaten him. She didn't put her hands on him. She just sat at her desk. And the way he acted was just totally inappropriate. Since then, Spring Valley High has been trending on Twitter, but also our favorite news anchor from CNN, honey, Don Lemon, was also trending today on Twitter because he got checked last night for basically trying to make excuses for this resource officer. I want you guys to go ahead and watch these news clips that I put together. Check this out, and I'm gonna come back with the rest of my comments.
At the beginning of class, I actually thought it was just gonna be a normal day. We're gonna come in, get to work, and finish off, go to lunch. Well, we were doing an assignment on the computer, and I believe the girl had her phone out. And so our teacher, Mr. Long, came over, asked for the phone. She denied, she said no. Then shortly after that, he threatened to call an administrator. He came. When he came, the administrator tried to get her to move and plead with her to get out of the seat. She still denied. And then, because she really hadn't done anything wrong. She said that she had took her phone out, but it was only for a quick second, please, really kind of begging, really apologetic on what happened and everything. So next, the administrator called the resource officer, Deputy Fields, in, and when he came in, the first thing he said was, he asked my friend to move the desk. And to me, that is a sign of he could already tell what he was about to do, as far as the precaution he was gonna take for that student. So after he told him to move the desk, he did. The video shows him shutting the Chromebook, her Chromebook, and putting it on another person's desk. And he asked her again, will you move, will you move? And she said, no, I have not done anything wrong. Then he said, I'm gonna treat you fairly. And she said, I don't even know who you are. And I believe you can hear that in the tape. And that is where it started right there. And after that, I've never seen anything so nasty looking, so sick, to the point where, other students are turning away, don't know what to do, and they're just scared for their lives. That's supposed to be somebody that's gonna protect us, not somebody that we need to be scared of or afraid. That was wrong. There's no justifiable reason for him as to why he did that to that girl. Any way you look at it, it's no justifiable reason. So it was just scary. All of it was just scary. I was scared for my life, and that's just real.
He is your school resource officer. So he's charged with protecting you. And you were in a situation today in class where you felt like...
He was not protecting me at all. I felt like, if anything, if I were to say something, it was a girl, I think they said it was 2 people were arrested. The other girl actually was the only person who could speak, and she gave everybody else a voice. She was literally saying what we were all thinking. This is wrong, and that was the first thing she said. And afterwards, after he got her, I think he felt it was necessary to arrest the girl who said that this is wrong. And in my opinion, that's not right. We're 15, 16-year-old, kids in a high school. How else do you expect us to react to that? So that's my question to him, as to not only when you did that, what were you thinking we were gonna do afterwards, but how? How did you even let it get to that point where you throwing a girl, across a room, literally by her hair, or by her clothes? It's not right. It's just not.
How will you look at an SRO after today?
I don't know. Y'all don't understand how scary that was. To see that firsthand right in front of her, I don't know how, I just, it was painful. And I'm not even the one being, you know, detained, but it was painful to watch. It was painful to see what she was going through all over her cell phone, all over because she wouldn't comply with her cell phone. That's not needed. You know, it's a bunch of options that he could have took to take care of that situation differently, and instead he chose the wrong.
Also spoke with the second student who was arrested at the school this afternoon.
She says she was taken into custody after just standing up for the girl in the classroom, and she was asking what was happening. She also refused to give anybody the video she shot of the incident, except for News 19's Lauren Thomas.
What was your reaction when you saw?
I was crying, like literally screaming, crying like a baby.
18-year-old Nia Kinney was in her math class at Spring Valley High when she saw school resource officer Ben Fields forcibly remove her classmate.
I was in disbelief. I know this girl don't got nobody, and I couldn't believe this was happening. I'd never seen nothing like that in my life. Like a man used that much force on a little girl, a big man, like 300 pounds, a full muscle. I was like, no way, no way. Like you can't do that to no little girl. I'm talking about she like 5'6".
Kinney says her classmate was not participating and was asked to leave the room by her teacher. When she refused, an administrator was called asking her to leave. Officer Fields also asked her to leave the classroom. Kinney filmed part of the altercation on her phone of Officer Fields arresting her classmate.
And I was screaming, what the F? What the F? Is this really happening? I was praying out loud for the girl, and I couldn't believe it was happening. I was just crying, and he was like, well, since you got so much to say, you coming too? And I was like, what? And would you want some of this? And just put my hands behind my back.
Her mother, Doris Kinney, was shocked and upset when she saw the video.
My child, and I'm not mad at her, she was brave enough to speak out against what was going on and didn't back down, and it resulted in her being arrested.
Kinney was charged with disturbing schools.
But looking at the video, who was really disturbing the school? Was it my daughter, or was it the officer that came into the classroom and did that to the young girl?
It does look horrible. It does look like there's no excuse for what he's doing to her. But again, we don't know. As the commissioner said, this only shows a small slice in time of what happened. I'd like to know more before passing judgment.
Are you guys kidding me?
No, we're not kidding. We don't know what happened. You weren't sitting in the room, Sonny. You don't know if she wasn't standing up.
I don't need to know more. Let me tell you this.
You do need to know more. As a prosecutor, you should want to know more. Yes, you should.
The law provides, Don, that the standard here is whether or not the officer has to use this type of force, whether it's reasonable and necessary.
But how do you know without all the information as a trained professional? How do you know without all the information, Sonny?
Don, this is a young girl. This is a girl in
I agree
school.
with you on that. That's right, but you don't know what precipitated it.
I don't need to know. We see what happens.
Yes, you do need to know.
That force is justifiable is the issue, and the force is not justifiable.
Sonny, hold on for a second.
She is sitting there. She is not resisting. She is sitting there in a chair. That is
you don't know if she wasn't resisting.
Hold on one second. We've got some other
assault.
video, Sonny, Don, Tom. This is from a different angle, some other video that has just come in. Let's show it to our viewers.
Right, so you guys just saw those videos, and I, for one, am just so tired of black folks being disrespected, especially young black kids being disrespected by the police, being beat up, being assaulted. You know, this is just really, really crazy that when it comes to black children and black people, we are treated with no type of respect, no type of empathy. You know, people just go from 0 to 100 when it comes to a black child. You know, what I find really disturbing is that he can handle this girl who's just not getting up in the classroom. He can slam her and drag her across the street. He can slam her and drag her across the classroom. But when Dylan Roof went into a church and killed 9 people, he was apprehended with respect. Nobody beat him up. He even got taken to Burger King. You know, so I just find that crazy that this man killed somebody and he was taken to Burger King for a treat. This girl just refuses to get up out her desk and she gets slammed. All this behind a cell phone, all this behind her not wanting to leave the classroom. It should never be that damn serious. And then when the teacher was confronted about it, when students asked the teacher, you know, how he felt about that, the teacher then proceeded to tell the students that's what she gets for not listening. You know, I just find this whole situation just super disturbing. But now they're saying that the FBI and the Department of Justice are now looking into this, as they should. You know, as they should look into this. And then new reports have come out today where the sheriff is making excuses for this resource officer's behavior, stating that, you know what, he can't be racist because he's dating a black woman. What the hell does him dating and screwing a black woman have to do with how he treated this black child? You can date somebody of another race, you can sleep with somebody of another race, and still not have any respect for their race. And this is what this man showed. So I don't agree with this behavior at all. This was disgusting to me. If I was this girl's parents, I would definitely be looking to handle this manner in a court of law. This is bullshit. And I'm so glad that these kids, you know, not only were strong enough to record this, but to post this on social media. I'm glad that that young girl stood up for her classmate and stated that this was wrong. And I think her charges should definitely be dismissed. She should not be arrested for standing up for another student. You know, this just makes no sense, all this stuff that's going on in this world, especially concerning people of color. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. How did you feel when you guys first saw the video? How do you feel about Don Lemon, once again, you know, just talking out his ass, not making any damn sense? I'm to the point where I just feel like Don Lemon and Raven-Symoné are one and the same. Both of them need to have a tall glass of what? Shut the fuck up. How you doing? They're always quick to make excuses for white people, but yet and still throw their own people under the bus. So the whole situation is just a mess. Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit lovelyt.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.